Going back to the West African region, United Bank for Africa, Liberia, has signed a $10 million financing deal with Liberia's leading telecom company, Lonestar, for a network expansion program. The deal is one of the biggest single projects financed by a commercial bank in the country and underscores UBA Group's role in project financing across Africa. Joining us now in our studio in Lagos to give us the facts and the figures of this deal is Ebel Edwin Ogbue, CEO of United Bank for Africa. Ebel, thank you very much for joining us on Regional Roundup. What stood out for UBA in this particular deal, looking at Lonestar Limited particularly?
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you just run that by me again?
Why Lonestar Limited? Why was this a deal that UBA had to partner in?
Oh, I see. Well, UBA Group and MTN Group are looking at a strategic partnership across Africa, looking at creating synergy between both institutions, leveraging on our capacity as retail service providers. UBA and MTN are spread across, most of Africa, and we know that there are a lot of similarities in our operations, and we can also leverage on our respective capacities as retail service providers, and that is why MTN. And of course, MTN is the leading telecoms service provider in Africa, and UBA is looking at providing, being the number one bank institution in Africa.
Then should we make the assumption that we're likely to see similar deals going forward?
Absolutely, yes. We're looking at similar deals in other parts of Africa. You may not be aware, but we do have operations in 14 other countries. And in these countries, I believe MTN is present in most of these countries. So we're looking at working with MTN in each of these countries where they are present.
Now, we do understand your presence on the African continent, but where else are we likely to see similar deals coming to the fore in the most recent future?
Well, it'll be preemptive for me to go into specifics. But as you're aware, we are in Kenya, in Uganda. We just provided funding for MTN in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. We're working with them in Ghana as well. So we're looking at many other countries in Africa working with MTN.
Okay, let's look at your operation specifically in Liberia. For example, you plowed about $20 million into the Liberian refinery in 2007. How diverse are your operations in that specific country?
Well, actually, point of correction, we were working with the LPRC, Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, but the deal fell through because there were lots of issues that the government had to sort out. So even though we were working with them to provide funding for the rehabilitation of the tank farms, it did not go through because there were lots of issues which had to be sorted out by the government of Liberia.
Then which sectors are you looking at in Liberia which seem to be attractive for you currently?
Well, of course, the telecom sector, the agricultural sector, the mining sector, rubber as well. You notice that agriculture accounts for a huge percentage of the GDP of Liberia, and there are a number of institutions that are looking at moving into Liberia. I can't be too specific now, but over the next 12 to 24 months, you will see huge investments in the agricultural sectors in areas of rubber, palm, rice in particular. So we're looking at supporting those areas specifically.
Well, Ebel, you've been in Liberia for just over a year now. Would you say that has given you enough time to have a clear understanding of the operational conditions in that country?
Well, yes, it is. I mean, it's not a hugely, it's not a huge country. So I've been there for about a year and a half now. And I think we clearly understand the market in Liberia. We are an Africa player. Our roots are in Africa. So yes, we do understand the play in Liberia, and we do know what it takes to to achieve our mission in Liberia, to be the leading bank in Liberia. Yes.
How far are you in your three-phased strategy in becoming the dominant player on the African continent?
Well, the first phase was to achieve dominance in Nigeria, and then to look at other parts of Africa. Right now, we do have operational now 14. We're operational in 14 countries, and growing. And we have licenses in about 9 more countries. So we are achieving a strategic intent and strategy of ensuring that we are across the length and breadth of Africa, and in each country we aim to achieve dominance as well. So each of this, well, my operations in Liberia, I'm looking at being a leading player over the next couple of years. I think our strategy, the people we have, the support from my head office puts us in very good position to achieve that objective.